A few years ago, I picked up a night shift job at a gas station. Money was tight, and I needed the second income. The work was lonely but easy, quiet hours, few customers. I settled into the rhythm of it quickly. It was during my second or third month when this guy started coming in. Always around 2 a.m. He was tall, about 6 feet, stringy, greasy hair hanging in his face. He'd walk in without saying much, buy a tall boy, and leave. At first, he was just another late-night regular. Then, one night, something changed. He came up to the counter, cracked open the tall boy right in front of me, and asked, "What's your name?" "Rob," I told him. He stared at me, wide-eyed, then chuckled to himself. "Rob. I like that." "Rob," he repeated, laughing as he walked out the door, talking to himself, clearly drunk. I was curious. I wondered if he'd driven here, but every time I watched him leave, he just walked. Never once bought gas. Always came for the alcohol. He started showing up more often. Sometimes he was louder, drunker. Sometimes, he'd just lean against a shelf and say nothing, staring at the wall like he wasn't really there. But every time, he'd greet me with a slow, slurred "Hyyyr." One night, he was just standing there, leaning and sipping his beer, completely silent. I finally asked, "What's your name?" He paused, like he had to think about it. "Bob," he said. It felt like a lie. Bob? That's the name you give when you don't want to give your name. I even wondered if he chose it because it rhymed with mine. I went along with it. "So, Bob, where do you work?" That made him laugh. Not a polite chuckle, an unhinged belly laugh that startled me. "I don't work," he barked. "The government completely ed me out of my job." Then he stared at me. His expression turned serious. Angry, almost. But then he said, "I like you, Rob. You seem like you know what you're doing." And with that, he walked out. I didn't see him for over a week. For someone who'd become such a constant fixture, that absence felt strange. Something about Bob always felt off. He wasn't just drunk. There was something damaged, something wrong. Then came the storm. A violent, thundering night with barely any customers. I was alone in the store, half listening to the rain hammering the windows, when I heard the soft ding of the door. I knew it was him before I even looked. And I was right. But this wasn't the same Bob. He looked broken. He was drenched, no jacket, no umbrella. Just a soaked black shirt and jeans, hair clinging to his face. He stood by the door, staring at the wall like he wasn't really seeing it. Like his body was there, but his mind was somewhere else entirely. I said, "Bob, are you okay?" He didn't move. Didn't blink. Just said, "I did something really bad." A chill crept up my spine. "What did you do?" I asked. He finally turned to me, eyes glassy. "I need somewhere to hide." Then he walked past me toward the restrooms at the back of the store. Disappeared down the hallway. I heard a door open. Then close. That was it. I didn't know what to do. Every part of me screamed that something wasn't right. He felt like a ticking bomb, and now he was hidden somewhere behind me in the dark. Then the lights cut out. Pitch black. The storm had knocked out the power, and suddenly I was standing in a dark gas station, with a possibly dangerous man hiding somewhere inside. I grabbed the flashlight under the counter and headed to the back, to the breaker panel near the restrooms. The hallway was silent, except for the distant tapping of rain. As I passed the bathroom doors, I noticed they were both ajar. Bob wasn't in either of them. Then I stepped into the storage room. That's when I heard it, dripping water. And the slow squeak of wet shoes. My stomach turned. I whispered, "Bob." No answer. Just more squeaking. Then I pointed my flashlight to my left. And there he was, staring at me with wide, wild eyes. Then he lunged, screaming, "I'm gonna ****ing kill you." He clawed at me, fingers like hooks. I shoved him back, tore myself free, and ran like hell toward the front of the store. He didn't follow. I grabbed my jacket, sprinted to my car, and locked myself in as I called 911. Cops arrived minutes later. I stayed on the line with dispatch until they entered the store with me. They found Bob crouched in a back corner of the storage room, shivering and snarling like a caged animal. His pupils were enormous. He was on something. Later, I found out his real name was Martin. That same night, he'd beaten his ex-wife to death. I quit not long after. I will never, ever, work a night shift again.